Alrighty, looking on page 5, we're going over the quotient of power rule. So last time we did product, and quotient means division, so you can just make that note to yourself. So we're probably going to be dividing, and looking at our first problem in the table, we are dividing. So just like last time, we just need to plug all this into the calculator first. So to get a new document, and no, we don't want to save, and I want a calculator this time. So it's 2 to the power 8. Again, I'm hitting this little triangle button next to the x squared. And then hit that right arrow so that it doesn't type everything in the exponent, and divide by 2 to the power 6, I believe. So press enter. Let's check to make sure that matches. Yep. So that means our value is 4. Okay, so go ahead, do the same for the next 4. Tell me what you get. For number 1, they want you to figure out what the pattern is, or just general what you noticed in the table. So you can also look back to what we did on page 2. For number 2, it's asking what you noticed about the base. If you forgot what number is the base, again, go back to page 2 or 3 and answer number 2. And then number 3, for the pattern in the exponents. So with product, we said if we had the same base, we add the exponents. So for the quotient rule, see what you do when you have the same base. So see if you can figure out what pattern you use for the exponents. Okay, hopefully you have those sentences for me. So moving on, a few more problems, but this time I'm going to do the last one. So just like we did with the product, you use the coefficients as you would in any regular division problem. So with the multiplication one, we multiplied the large numbers. With division, we're going to divide those numbers. So 24 divided by 4 is 6. So I'm going to write 6 here. And now we just need to take it each letter at a time. So because we're dividing, we need to subtract our exponents. So my base is x, and then I have 12 minus 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. So I'm going to write 6x to the power 9. Then I have the base y. And 8 minus 7 is just 1. So I'm going to actually leave it right here. Remember, you could have the 1, or you could just have the letter, because with those bases, that's just one of the ones you have to memorize. And then here you have z, and 5 minus 5 is 0. So on this one, I do have to have the number. So either have the 0 with the base, or just don't even have that last one. So this is one way you could write it. The other way you could write it is 6x to the 9y. Okay, but this is the most important thing that you need to get from today. Okay, so just maybe jot that down somewhere. So take maybe about 5 minutes, go through, finish the table, and then go back to page 1 and copy down the general formula that works for this page. Okay. For the rest of this, you're just going through and using the quotient and sometimes the product rule too. So I'm going to go ahead and work example 1. So example 1, 8 is raised to the power of 10, so that means 8 is our base. So I'm going to go ahead and write it. The bases are the same in the top and the bottom, so I just do 10 minus 4, which is 6. So that's what I'm looking for on these. And then remember, if you have a number in front, a coefficient, you need to divide. So 4 divided by 6 is either a decimal or it reduces to 2/3. So I'm going to leave it as that fraction, 2/3. Then my base is x, and we usually just write those at the top. And 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay, so for that first one, you should have 2/3 x squared. The only other comment is on number 8. Use the product rule first, simplify the top, then use the quotient rule. Okay, but other than that, you should be good to go. So make sure you finish pages 6 and page 7. So I'm wanting all of this done. Don't just click on random stuff or write down a couple pages and think you're done. But good luck.